everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. I'm so glad you're joining me. Well, I just wanted to pop in really quickly and share with you some brand new items over at Spellbinders. Spellbinders sent them to me to share with you, and I am so excited about this, and I think you will be too. Okay, so there's some storage containers that are just wonderful. Let me show you what they look like. First off, the new thing that I want to share with you is called the Deep Stax. If you're familiar, Spellbinders does have the craft stacks and the smaller ones. Okay, these coordinate with these, and what I mean by that is you can stack them. Well, let's just open this up. I'm going to show you. Okay. There's 2 in a package. Okay, and the size of them are 6.63 wide by 9.69 tall. So almost 9 3/4 inches tall, and a little over 6.5 inches wide. There's 2 in here. Okay, and then as far as each of the trays, they are 2 inches deep, which is nice. And I love storage units. They pop off, and they do have the silicone bands that you can wrap around them. I haven't had any need for the silicone bands because to me they stay closed. You can see here. This is the craft stacks, and what I mean by they layer together is you can put 2 together, you see here, and stack them. And then you can stack them nicely and neatly wherever you want, and I just love that. So let me actually get the other ones. My favorite are the smaller ones, but when you stack these 2 together, look at, you see how they just stack beautifully together? I think this is just wonderful. Okay, in fact, I have Spellbinders sent these to me, but I'm ordering some more because I really like the way how nice quality these are. And of course they stack together. So these are brand new. These are called Deep Stax insert trays. Let me show you. This tray is meant to hold your Reinker bottles. Okay, so your Betterpress inks, your regular inks, and I am in love with this. Okay, and fill it up. There are, let's see, how many Reinkers can you put in here? 16 bottles. So you could put Reinkers in 16 bottles. But you know the great thing is there's a little handle in the middle for lifting. Okay, but the great thing is they'll fit beautifully inside your Deep Stax containers. Doesn't that look so clean and neat? I just love organizing, and I think this looks amazing. Another thing, you could, not only does this hold Reinkers, and I love that it comes out, but if you are a fan of stickles or Ranger, if you are a fan of Ranger's liquid pearls, these will fit beautifully and nice and clean in drawers without the stacks. But look how nice this is. And of course you can add your diamonds, your glitter glues. And my favorite glitter glue, in case you can't tell, is diamond stickles. All these are diamond stickles. But any kind of, this one is Stardust. So I do have a few extra. We have, look how nice and clean that looks. Whoops. Lovely. And then, of course, they remove and enter really easily. And put the lid on, and you are good to go. So these are, so there's only one of these in here. And this is the Deep Stax insert trays. Loving it. Okay, let me put these away. Actually, I'm going to leave these in here because I'm going to keep them in there. I think this is going to fit perfectly in my drawer. So I will just keep those there. Okay, until I get more for my Reinkers. Now next, this is another insert tray. Okay, so this one is for reinkers. This one is for ink cubes. Okay, so if you guys use ink cubes, and the nice thing about this one is there's 2 in this pack. Okay, there's 2. So these will fit your ink cubes beautifully, and they go in and out with ease, which is really lovely. Okay, and then the neat thing is, let me put these in here. The neat thing is since there's 2 in a pack, is you can stack them. So how nice is that? And so you can stack them both, and both of them will fit inside your Deep Stax container with the lid closed. Look at, all nice and tidy. And then when you want to use your mini ink cubes, how nice is that? I just love it. Okay, now I have I have my Simon Says stamp, and I have here some Hero Arts inks in here. Okay, I do want to mention that if you plan on using this for your Distress Oxide mini ink cubes or your Distress mini ink cubes, I'm going to tell you that it's a tighter squeeze. Okay, the regular standard ink cubes are smaller than the Distress inks. Okay, so when you put these in here, it's a tight squeeze, so tight that it doesn't move out. Okay, in fact, so you can see here, they'll fit, but it's a very tight squeeze. And if you want to remove it, it's really difficult to remove it. So that's one thing. Okay, tight squeeze, and it's very hard getting them out. I have to use a craft tool to get it out. Okay, so just keep that in mind with the Distress inks. It's more made for mini ink cubes. Okay. Also, if you do plan on using for Distress inks, putting 2 stacks together on top of each other with the Distress inks, your lid won't close all the way. So keep that in mind. Okay, I filled up 2 of these with my Distress inks. I keep mine in here, but I already did it to save a little bit of time, and I couldn't close the lid. Okay, the lid was open like this much. I think if you were to use a silicone band, you could keep it in place, but ideally, it's not made for Distress inks. It's more made for the mini ink cubes. Okay, so, see these come in it. These will go in and out with ease. You see how easy it is to bring these in and out? So these are intended for these inks, not the Distress inks. So just wanted to share that with you. But I so love this. I love that you can stack 2 of these together. And I just think this is amazing. Okay, so that's that. Now there is another one that goes inside the trays here. Okay, these Deep Stax are for Betterpress inks. Okay, you get 2 in the pack, and then your Betterpress inks will fit beautifully in here. Okay, so your Betterpress inks will fit beautifully in here. They remove. So if you have a collection of Betterpress inks, that will work too. Also, Reinker's Distress Archival ink cubes will fit in here, but again, I think they will fit in here also. Let me see. Let me see if I can close up. Okay, let's see. So you can stack these in here. I like the little handle here. Okay, and then let me see if it closes. So the archival inks will close. Okay, and the Betterpress inks close that work great too. So you can use this with Reinker's archival ink pads. So that's nice. So Betterpress and archival ink pads will fit beautifully inside this one. And so those are brand new. Okay, you know I love spinners. Spellbinders came out with some spinners, okay? There's 3 packs, okay? One of them is the large, one of them is the small, and one of them is half and half. So you get 6 large, 6 small. Okay, now these, let me open it up. Okay, they come in a Ziploc baggie. What I like to do is trim the top off. We're going to take one of each here. Okay, and then I put the label inside. Okay, so I'm not sure of the price point on all of these. I'm not sure of the price point. Okay, but I will link them down below if you guys want to head over to Spellbinders and check them out. Okay, I do want to mention that these spinners are a little bit thicker than the ones I used. Okay, this is my Spellbinders foam tape. Let me get a bigger one. Okay. Let me show you on some cardstock. What I'm going to do is add, I'm going to use glazing glue. I'm going to use my glazing glue. I'm going to add a little dot here and a little dot here. Okay. And then I'm going to add, the spinners look like hats, like little top hats. Like you've seen the Monopoly pieces. You have the rim of the hat and then you have the top piece. Okay, I'm going to put the smaller part, I'm going to put the hat upside down and stick it to some cardstock here, okay? And then the smaller spinners are just, look like they're the same size, but there's a thicker end and a thinner end. I want to put the thicker end on the bottom. Okay, I don't know if this is the right or wrong way, but this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to give this a second to grab. Okay, but I want to share with you the thickness. I'm going to put a foam square next to it. Okay, so you can see this is a little bit wider than the foam square, and then this is definitely wider than the foam square. Okay, it's probably 2 foam squares wide. So this does add bulk to your card making projects. In fact, it is 2 foam squares wide. Okay, so, and this one is probably a foam square and a half wide. So I hope that, so these are a little bit bulky, but they make extra special cards for sure. Okay, and then what you do is you add a little, I'm using glazing glue, but you could probably use regular glue. Okay, add some glue to the top. And then any circle you had, whatever you want over the top, just try and make it more centered. The more centered you have it, the easier it spins. Okay, and then we'll add a smaller one here. Maybe easier to add a dot of glue to your circle, and then let me show you. And then do it this way. There we go. And that way you can get it more centered than what I did. But look at how fun. Aren't spinners so fun? Look at this one. This one it's hard to tell because there's no image on there. Let me put an image so you can see. Okay, now we have an image. Now you can see it spin. Watch. Fun. And this is the small one. Ideally, the more center you have it, the better the circle. This one I'm off-centered. You can tell when it's off-centered because your spin goes wonky, which is kind of cute too, but you can see. So ideally, maybe you'd want to do it like this. Okay, let me show you. There we go. And there we go. So Spellbinders, brand new spinners. So those are brand new over at Spellbinders. Small, large, and then a multi-pack, which is nice. Lots of Deep Stax inserts. There's 3 in total, and then there's the Deep Stack containers. And then there's some brand new rose gold gems. So I'll leave everything down below if you guys want to head on over and check it out. And I thank you so much. I thought this was going to be a short video, but it's not, just maybe an informative video. Have a wonderful day. I have more card projects coming soon, so keep a lookout for those. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.